Shalom?
Did you do it?
Did you do it?
Yeah, did you guys not hear it?
No.
Oh, I think Discord's that good. Discord just canceled it out.
I
Right.
did not hear that at all.
Alright, well, the audience will be able to have heard it.
I
Oh,
guess that's how we could just like roll into it because like yeah, it was very confusing. It was very
a
confusing.
long
And
silence.
then it was just a long silence. We didn't say anything prior, so I mean, what better way to start than that? So let's
Or we can
get
just cut
right.
it right there and then cut it to where you start talking about your story.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, we can do that as well. So I guess just brief silence.
Okay,
Oh, now I gotta restart the silence over. Okay, three, two, one, quiet.
okay.
Shalom? We don't need, that's not necessary.
Nice.
But if we need to cut it, we need to cut
You
whatever. Are you
cut.
guys wearing pants? Like, do you guys wear pants when we do this thing?
I've got pajamas on. A
Also got
fresh
pajamas.
pair.
I got pajamas too. That's wild.
I just
That's
came out of the shower.
shower this late at night?
I shower at very random times.
That's so
There's no schedule
strange.
to my.
I feel like you either shower right before you go to bed or you shower right before you like right after you get up, not before you get up. That'd be difficult.
I usually shower um like when I'm done cleaning the kitchen or after I work out. So, and that can be at very random times.
Shalom.
Jake?
I'm Liam.
That's cool. And we've started. That's sweet. So you
Man, that intro
why does
sucks. God, fuck, that intro sucks. All right, never mind. Continue.
I don't
Just
think
had to
that
say
sucks.
that.
I think that's great. I think it's just gonna change depending on how we're all feeling at the time of recording. I'm feeling pretty mellow right now, so I just hit him with a mellow intro, you know. The biggest feedback I got was that we had zero direction.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
they
that's
didn't.
very evident in the way that we've started it so far.
But Jake, how'd your homework go?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did that. I remember
Yeah.
what it was and I did it.
You actually don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was.
What
Well,
was it? You remember what
we,
it was?
I remember what it was. It was a pretty. I found it pretty interesting. We were talking about the dump trucks and
Oh,
pennies.
oh
Dump
yeah.
trucks and pennies.
That's
Yeah,
right.
all right. I guess you didn't do that. So we will never know how many pennies we can fit in dump truck in the back of a dump truck if they were filled in mason jars.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I
What a
mean, that's
shame.
fair. Unfortunate.
Shame. Jake, how many topics you got?
I don't know, man. I got at least one.
Solid start, Liam. Can you beat one?
I've got a few.
A few, like
Four specifically.
four. Four's a few. Four. I'm on the same boat. I got four as well.
All
I got
right.
four as well.
Would you like
One,
to take it off?
I can. I'm actually just curious though, how do you guys like prepare your topics? Like, do you just write them down as like notes in like bullet form?
I write as
Or do you
little
like,
as I can so that I can talk about as much about it and it's not like I'm reading from a script. But the
yeah,
downside is that I might forget certain things that I want to mention about it or whatever.
that is that is the same issue I've been having because I wrote them down basically in bullet form, like just very vague so I can build off of it. But like my second topic, I just wrote bad movies. That's all I typed, and I don't know what I meant by that. But I do have a little tangent on it because I I think I just like bad movies apparently. Like what most people would consider bad movies, I thoroughly find enjoyment out of. So one, I guess that's pretty notable and came out relatively recently is The Meg. It was not a good movie to a lot of people with Jason Statham, the
It's like a
giant shark
shit
movie.
movie.
Okay.
Have either of you seen it?
No, I don't watch movies, so I'm not going to be able to offer very much in this conversation.
Okay. Well, The Meg is like your classic kind of like Jaws type of scenario where, spoiler alert, there's a shark, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa, we got the shark, and then there's like, wait, there's a bigger shark. And it's just like cliche like action movie where humans try to take on species they know nothing about. But I found the movie thoroughly entertaining. If you don't watch movies, this probably isn't even a good thing to talk about, but another one was Speed Racer. And I just actually enjoy that movie, and I showed it to my girlfriend like last week. Because I was like really excited. I thought the movie was really enjoyable, and I was like, I want to share something I enjoy with a person that I enjoy. And she just couldn't stand it. She's like, yeah, it was entertaining, but I don't feel the need to watch it again. But I watch that movie like once a year and thoroughly enjoy it.
Well, I would say that most movies that I see and that I enjoy, I won't necessarily feel the need to watch again. I feel there's very few movies that I like. I'll watch and be like, you know what, I could watch that again right now. Like, there's not very many, and like, I guess maybe like once a year is a little bit of a different story, but there aren't very many movies, especially that I could think of off the top of my head, that I would think of. Yeah, I want to rewatch that right now. I feel like a lot of movies I'll see once and be like, yeah, that was good. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna watch it again unless it like sort of happens to be, and I just happen to be watching it again in circumstance. I
Oh,
don't think I would
really?
ever
So you
make it happen.
don't really go out of your ways to rewatch a movie that you've seen?
Yeah, not really. I can't. I honestly can't think of the last movie that I rewatched.
Interesting.
Huh.
I find that fascinating. Well, so what was the last movie you watched?
Oh, actually, no. The last movie that I can think of that I rewatched, and it wasn't even because I chose to rewatch it. It's because I happened to. It was V for Vendetta when I watched it for a second time in English class in grade 12. Um,
I
but
remember.
yeah, and I like that's yeah. No, that was it.
I was
That's
gonna
the one I
a-
would remember.
I was gonna ask, how do you choose not, or how do you not choose to rewatch a movie? But I guess if you're forced to for school, then you
Or
don't
yeah, or just like
really
place
have a
in
say.
time. You're just like, or you're just like scrolling through TV. Though I'm not someone who ever scrolls through TV. I don't even use
You
TV. I
could
don't watch
change the
TV.
channel though. The TV's not gonna hold you hostage.
Yeah, I know, but if it's a good movie that I liked and it happens to be on, maybe I'll watch it. But it's not like, oh, I'm gonna seek out when this movie's playing again. You know?
I guess I see the argument you're making. I'm just not sure if I agree with it. I would still argue that you are choosing to rewatch that movie again.
Fair. I mean, if I selected it and I sat down and watched through the whole thing, but I also, like I said, I couldn't tell you the last time that that happened.
What's the worst movie you guys have seen?
I Yeah, I wouldn't be able to remember.
Seriously? There's no movie you've watched that you were just like, oof, that one was bad.
Well, it's like if it's so bad that it was enjoyable, then it's not like you were saying, it's not in my eyes a bad movie. Like maybe it's like the story's not great, but it's entertaining. But if a movie in my eyes is bad, like the worst movie would be a movie that is just boring, and I'm not gonna remember that. I've forgotten it surely.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't remember anything worth not remembering.
Like
Like,
something just old. I don't know. Something I watched a long time ago that I will never remember because it was so insignificant that my mind decided, yeah, this information, we're not gonna use it.
Never.
Jake, worst movie you've seen that
Yeah.
you can
Um.
remember.
Yeah. I also don't watch many movies, but like this movie, I couldn't even finish. Like I got like half an hour into it. I was like, ew. It was about a tire. I think it was called Tire or like
Uh,
Rubber maybe. It was just a
what
fucking
the
tire
hell
that
are you
rolled
talking
around.
about?
It is the stupidest movie.
Tire that just rolls. What brought you to
I think it's
this
called Rubber.
movie? It's called Rubber. I'm looking
Yeah.
at this movie.
It's so it's so dumb.
Okay,
I
but
could not get into it.
what
There's a
is
Rubber
what like
too.
so what's the movie? What happens?
I couldn't tell you. It was a bad like I watched half an hour. I didn't enjoy it. I just remember it like I think the opening scene was this tire being chased by a cop car and like it was just
Oh
a
my.
tire and it was rolling away down the highway down like the middle of a fucking desert.
Just
And
this
then
this is
homicidal
singular
oh,
tire on its own.
one
Just,
tire, no
a
car
homicide
connected.
a
and it seems it's
homicidal
controlling
car
itself.
tire discovering it has destructive psychotic pow psychotic power
Oh
sets
yeah, it
its
blew something up with its fucking
sets
mind
its
because of the
sights on a
tire.
desert town once a mysterious woman becomes obsessed.
It was so dumb.
Becomes its obsession. Sorry.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this is a tire with a vendetta.
It rolled up to a motel and there was some lady there and like he fucking went in the door. It was a fucking tire. I don't remember anything else. I couldn't tell
There
you.
is no one notable in this movie. I feel like this movie did not do very well. I
No.
am curious to know this movie's Rotten Tomato score.
I'm
What would you
assuming
guys
it's not gonna
say?
be very good.
What do you guys guess? We'll go off audience score. I feel like that's more accurate.
Yeah, well, I mean, let me guess. What's the score for a movie that I've never seen? 2.
Oh, but just based on like what you've heard about it. You know,
Yep,
I gave a brief description, just the plot. Like, what do you think?
there's my answer. I gave it to you.
Two. Two. Jake, now having seen the movie for 30 minutes.
For 30 minutes, yeah. I don't know. Like, I have no fucking idea,
You
man.
still had another hour to watch. This movie is an hour and a half long.
I don't even care what it's rated. I'm not ever watching it again.
Oh, it was 46%, but if it don't matter to you, it don't matter. But
No, it's
That's
so
pretty
bad.
good.
that's hilarious. That's not. Have I heard that a movie was called Rubber? Like a friend came up to me. He's like, "Hey, you want to watch Rubber in theaters?" I wouldn't think it was about a tire. That's not where my mind would go first.
No,
No?
I
Me neither.
No,
would also agree. Wouldn't
I
think of
would
a tire.
definitely think it was like a broken condom
Just
situation
sort of,
where like
or like a
now this
porno, something like that.
I don't does porn play in theaters?
Um, I didn't know that it mentioned theaters.
It should.
Yeah, it should. I don't know if it should.
Porn coming to theaters 2022. What the world has been missing.
Been missing. I'd argue that the world is not missing porn. I'd say there's in fact I'd say there's too much. I'd say
Porn in the
there's
theaters.
too much.
Oh, I
Where
mean,
is it
it's
first?
what's the difference? Porn on the theaters, it's already all over every other social media platform that you could search up. You don't even have to look far. Look at anything. Look at Twitch. Look at YouTube. I mean, you could look anywhere. You could find porn there.
That really is the problem. Porn is the only thing. Oh, I don't want to say porn is the only thing that attacks you without you looking for it, but it is one of the few. It is one of the few things
Being
in this world
attacked.
that attacks you without you looking for it. It's
I
quite
don't
annoying,
know what
actually.
you mean by that.
I have been assaulted by porn.
That's gonna be the title of this episode.
Can be the title of our movie.
Elaborate. How have you been attacked by porn?
Well, because with it just being everywhere and me not going out of my way to look for it, it has snuck up on me and assaulted me. It has just made its way into my life without me wanting it to be there. Or something as simple as like just walking down the street, you know, just maybe even just trying to get to a grocery store or something, or back when I would take the bus, just being at the bus stop, and then just like these provocative advertisements on the bus bench. Like, I don't need to see that. I'm just trying to get to the grocery store. I'm just trying to pick up a pizza. I don't need this porn assault. Or if I'm just trying to like stream some anime, online, nothing but provocative advertisements. This is not something I need in my
That is
life.
very true. If you try to go to any like anime website and you're watching some kind of whatever anime sub dub, whatever like to you like to listen to, you like to watch, if you find any of those streaming websites, those advertisements are going to be filled with just oh, it's insane.
I
It's insane.
I, I
It's
would
like
make the
that's where
argument.
you actually want to have an ad blocker. It's like YouTube. It's like it's like I can understand these people are trying to make money off of their YouTube ads or whatever and what sort of thing. It's a 30-second ad. I mean, ad blocker. It'll help, but when you go onto those websites, whew, It's a lifesaver. Jeez.
A lot of the time, though, you have to turn ad blocker off to use those websites.
Yeah, I got that too. It was really stupid.
Real.
It just kind of defeats the purpose. But I guess it's the website trying to have its own way of making money. But like, come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Come on.
I'd be willing to say porn has forced its way into more people's lives without them wanting it there than anything in the world.
See, again, I don't really know, like, what would
Maybe
you
other
be
than
comparing
vegetables.
that to?
Would I be
Porn versus I really okay. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
confused.
think about it. All right, how can I clear this up for you?
Elaborate. How have vegetables assaulted you in the way that I still don't know how porn has assaulted you? Please elaborate.
I think I fully explained my part on porn and how I have not. It's been something that I haven't wanted around and has just showed up. You know, like
I think
Yeah, I
you
mean,
have.
I don't know how else to describe that. It's just something that, for example, like when I'm watching anime, I'm not looking for porn, but then there it is. Like, get out of here,
yeah,
right?
but I wouldn't say you're being assaulted. That's just like any other advertisement could be in its place.
I don't know
I
because
think
it
you're
follows.
taking advantage of
If
the word assaulted. I don't
that
think
might
you're
be a
using
stretch.
it correctly.
Oh, what's your definition of assault?
I'll look it up right now.
No, I want your definition without you looking it up.
It doesn't.
What does assault mean to you? How has assault affected you?
A physical person, not necessarily physical, a personal attack on someone that's most likely physical but could be verbal as well. So none of these are personal attacks on you. They're just
I felt
advertising.
like, yeah, I might be wrong about that one. Yeah, maybe I wasn't right. I'm just saying there's too much. There's too much. Don't need it. Cut it out.
That's understandable.
I feel like porn can be replaced with better things.
So
My personal opinion.
was that one of those points off of your list that you're checking off?
It was not. It was not on my list. It was not on my list. But it's funny because I guess I can kind of switch back to one other thing on my list because porn quite often, it being what it is used as whatever it's used for. I don't really fully know, but
Porn. It is
maybe
used.
yeah, it is used. But quite often it is made in the filming of a bedroom, and that is one of the things on my list is talking about the bedroom because I was thinking about it and like it is used for many things, porn being amongst one of them, but primarily for sleep. It is where you spend your night and start your morning. What else do you think the bedroom could best be used for? Because people do use it more for than just porn and sleep. Like a lot of people eat in their bedroom. A lot of people play video
I don't
games
think
in
a
their bedroom.
lot of people use their bedroom for porn. I don't. I feel like
No,
very few.
I,
I feel like very
I'm not.
selective group of people.
I'm not saying a lot of people use their bedroom for porn, but I'm saying like as far as the list of bedroom activities, I'd say porn is not at the bottom of the list.
Okay, well, what would you put at the bottom of the list in terms of bedroom activities?
Skydiving.
Yeah, you can't do that in a bedroom. That's for sure. Um,
Could you not? I guess for a second.
I mean, you could take your bedroom with you. Fucking jump off the
What?
plane.
How would you take your bedroom with you? I challenge you. I will give you a half-used Tim Hortons gift card if you are physically able to take your bedroom somewhere else outside of your house.
Oh, I mean, you just fucking rip it out of the fucking foundation of your house. I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty. You can do it. It's doable,
Can't
certainly.
can't just
It'll
travel.
cost a lot of money. It won't be pretty. It's gonna cost a lot of money to fix it afterwards.
Can't just travel your room around. I don't know what you're talking about.
Normal people wouldn't do that. No. It's not a normal thing people do. However, it's certainly possible. It is
Can you
definitely
just
not impossible.
can you remove a room out of a house and still have the house be there?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if that's true.
I think. Oh, surely you could just pay. You
Think you
could
can
find. You could find. You could pay the get. Find the best guys. I mean, surely this is a hypothetical scenario. So you have a hypothetical amount of money. So how much money you can
Sure.
spend on this task is infinite. So surely it can get done. Surely.
No. No, I don't know. A house is structurally built to stand with everything that the house entails. I don't think you can just remove something out of the house and still expect the house to be the same way that it was. Sure, like you can
Well,
change a
no, it
room
won't be
from
the
one
same way
thing
that it
to
was. It'll
another.
be the same thing that it was minus the fucking room.
No, I don't think it would be. I don't think the house would
What do
stay
you think?
intact.
The full if you like took out like let's say no like this is completely magic, okay? So if you like this isn't physically possible, but say you severed every single connection with a straight line, like a cube along the whole like way around your room, whatever shape your room is, and then re- removed the room and then reinforced said walls with whatever structural components that was holding up whatever was there before, which is no longer there, wouldn't be necessary, but you'd still do it to make you feel better.
But
It'll be fine.
your room would still be there.
No, it
You
wouldn't
just
be
said
there.
you just said
I
you
just
just
said you
said
take it out and you take it out. You take it
you
out
oh
and you move it.
you said what you were gonna do was take a little fucking like magic eraser basically, erase that out, but put other walls in its place. It's still there.
I said
This isn't a big
remove
deal.
it. You removed the room. You missed. You're. This is called perceptive hearing.
I don't think it is. I'm listening to you. I
Oh,
heard
sorry,
everything you
selective.
said.
Selective
You
hearing.
said you said remove the room by replacing it. It's still the room's still
No, I
there.
said remove it and then replace whatever structural requirements that you
What
need.
is a room but not a structure?
You just fucking put it. What? I don't know what you're asking now. Like you.
Why would
This
we
is.
skydive
I
with
don't
our
know what
bedroom? That is such a dumb thing. That's like I was
what
just
are you
gonna say
talking about?
exercising is pretty low on the list for things to do in the bedroom, but fucking skydiving? That's
I'd say
like
there's
space
I'd say that
exploration. That's like
I'd
scuba
say
diving. That's just
there's a lot of exercise in porn. Oh no, they do that in bedrooms. So
I'm not talking about porn though. I'm talking about exercising.
yeah, but how do you define exercise?
I'm just like lifting weights. I feel like that's lower on the list of things
That's
people do in their
weightlifting.
bedroom compared to other
Not if
things.
you have not if you have a studio apartment. You
In
just
your
got one
bedroom?
room. If you got a studio apart, no, it's that is your like you sleep. Like I feel like your bedroom's just where you sleep. If you have a studio or like a bachelor suite, it's just all one room. You just got a bed in the middle of the space. You got everything there. And if you work out from home, you know, in your bedroom, mate.
Yeah, I just think it's lower on the list. But it's like a plausible idea, not fucking skydiving.
Yeah. See
It was the
that's the first issue with I had with that argument. It's like that's not
it was just I just said the first thing that came to mind. I'm sorry I'm not as quick-witted as you guys.
So I would say cooking is a little bit less likely than exercise because I feel like some people might do a little bit of stretching in their room, like when they
Yeah.
wake up in the morning. Like no, I feel like a very few amount of people cook something in the room. I don't have. I've never cooked anything in my room. Have you ever cooked anything in your room?
I I would if I could.
But
I'm
have
not
you?
against that.
But
Yeah,
I
I would
have
if
haven't
I
you?
been
could too, but I have not.
I haven't been able to. I'm trying to think of what I could cook in my because like all my cooking stuff is in the kitchen. I guess I could like noodles, like instant noodles. Does that count as cooking? I could make that in my room if I really wanted to.
Yeah, but you'd have to like bring the kettle in your room, like doing the cooking process in your room. Like you sure you can do that. Absolutely, 100%. You can take your room. You can take your room skydiving, but I feel like a lot of people
You
don't do
can't
that.
take your room skydiving.
You could do it.
Well,
You could
say
do it.
okay, if we're giving hypothetical situations here, surely I wouldn't be totally against it or not against this. I wouldn't like nay this out, I guess. Like surely someone has built, you know, like those skydiving machines where it's just like a giant fan and you just like get in it and it
Oh, a
just blows
wind
wind under
tunnel.
you and you no, that's not the same.
A wind
No.
tunnel.
Wind tunnel is like horizontal, isn't it?
I mean, they. I'm sure they can be. I'm sure they can be both.
I guess I don't know if it's not a wind tunnel, but sure. I don't think that's right. I'm calling it the skydiving machine because I feel like that's more accurate. But I'm sure someone in the world has one of those in their room. So there you could skydive in your room.
Oh, that's quite an assumption.
I feel like it's fair to say.
That's also low on the list. That was kind of your thing.
It
Like,
is, and that's what I was going for. It is low on the list. That's exact. Jake, see, you get me. You understand what I'm putting down. I was going for like the lowest possible thing somebody could do in their room, and I feel like skydiving would be there. I don't think it's impossible. I think that's a lot more likely for someone to do than to take their room skydiving, which I don't think is possible.
I mean, it's not logical.
Take
No
your
one
room
would do
skydiving.
it. Nobody would ever do it. But you can. Surely you can.
Take your room sky. No, I don't. I still don't we don't have to get back into it, but I don't understand how you can think that you can just bring like a room with you. I just don't understand how that makes sense to you.
See, it's not very, like, it wouldn't be something easy. See, like, I'm not trying to say that this is something that you can just go out and do. I'm saying it's not impossible. Because, like, I'm saying this is, like, you're making an exception to every rule here. Like, you're going, like, obviously, your light switch not gonna work. Whatever, I don't know, the fucking corner of the drywall might be crumbling out because it's not, I don't know, you've ripped it out of the fucking foundation. But I'm gonna say that it is possible that you could do it. I don't know how long the room would. Well, it certainly wouldn't. I don't know. Yeah, you could.
The only way I see this working is if you have like one of those houses that are on the back of a truck and like get transported around. I don't know what
Yeah.
those are called. That's the only way I could see you moving your room from one place to another because you're moving your whole house from one place to another.
So like you could just like what you do is you just remove like all of the all the walls of my room. They would remain the walls of my room, but the outside of the wall that is like the hallway, that will come with my room. And then
What
what would be boarded up would be just like 2x4, or not 2x4, just like sheets of
what would be
plywood.
what would be holding your room together?
The 2x4s that are the walls around my room, because those would still be there.
I don't know about that one. I don't know.
Well, those aren't going
That one doesn't
anywhere.
sit right
Those
with
are
me.
coming with the room. The floor of the room is coming with the room. The ceiling of the room underneath this room is coming with my room. It's all coming with this room.
Yeah, what? I just don't think it would happen.
No, it certainly wouldn't happen, but it's not impossible.
So,
It would never happen.
uh,
No one would ever do it in a million years.
no,
Nobody
but
would do it.
I'm saying even if somebody there's just some things in life you can't do. I
And this
think that
isn't
is
one of
one of
them. You
them.
could do that. You
I
could do
think
that.
it is one of them.
Now, well,
Jake, we got homework for you for next episode.
no, like you don't have to do homework on this because no one's gonna do this. Like you could do it, but it would cost you so much money that there would be no point. Like you just wouldn't.
I don't. You say so much money like it's an absurd amount. I don't think it would be that much. I think it would be less than having a house built.
I guess it depends on how much the fucking house you're building is. Yeah, I feel like it would be really expensive because you're paying people to do something that they've never done before, and you're paying them like you're. I don't know. I feel like it's possible.
I'd argue that, but we're not an arguing podcast.
arguably.
That's debatable.
Debatable. Rest in peace. Great
Right.
name. What are some things you wanted to cover, Liam? Because that's a good a segue as any.
Well, one of the things that I wanted to just mention really quick was this trading card game called Metazoo, because it is it's kind of funny. It's just the prices of some of these the Kickstarter boxes Essentially, it this was like a project. This Gary King Pokemon, this guy, he has like, I don't know, he's a big Pokemon collector, and he decided that he wanted to
I was
make
gonna
a
say it seems like a Pokemon ripoff.
yeah. Well, it's a trading card game, so if you were like if you were like Pokemon, for example, was one of the trading card games that took off in the 1990s. Um, and Magic the Gathering sort of started that. And most trading card games that come out, they fail inevitably. Not inevitably, but it's seemingly inevitably. New trading card games fail. And this is one of the new trading card games that is just come out recently. And it is seemingly performed in a way that is remarkable, and it's just shot up.
People are spending 13 grand on this game?
Yeah, so basically, the Metazoo, the Kickstarter boxes, so the people who essentially helped fund get the game up and running, they made 2,500 these Kickstarter boxes, and they sent them to all the Kickstarter patrons. And these boxes are now reselling for over 10,000 US dollars on like eBay and whatever. And it's just incredible because I was hearing about Metazoo back when the Kickstarter boxes were coming out, and people were talking about like $1,000. They shot up to $1,000 already. Like people were freaking out, and that was like probably about 6 months ago. And since then, they've gone up 100 times, or sorry, 1,000 times.
So I'm just confused about this game. I'm not hating on it. I'm just confused.
Yeah,
Confused. I understand that it's a trading game,
I believe it's
but is there
actually a collectible card game, not a trading card game. I might be wrong about that, but I believe they specified it as a collectible card game. But correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows in the comments.
all I see is just Metazoo is a terrible trading card game
Right.
and
Oh
just
yeah,
not fun to play.
the amount of hate that Metazoo has gotten since it's been created essentially, um, seems to have only fueled the fire under its ass because uh, it's already it's been so successful that they are going to be putting it in Walmart starting first quarter of this year, 2022.
Seriously.
Oh yeah,
So does it have like a game aspect to it? It's just
yeah,
what I'm failing to
100%.
understand. Well, because by game I mean more than just simply like collecting more of the cards.
Right. Yeah.
Because like you know how like Pokemon like has like video games as well.
Yeah.
But in like Yu-Gi-Oh, it's like an actual like card game where you can compete against other people and whatnot. Like,
Yeah.
does this go to that deep of a level?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of it takes it to another level essentially because the Metazoo, the game itself is actually affected by the setting that you are actually playing it in. See, most cards, not every card I don't think, but most cards will actually perform better based on if they are within a certain distance of some sort of physical thing. It's hard to explain. Like, so, for example, if the opponent is wearing sunglasses, this card deals 60 more damage or something like that. Or if you are within a kilometer of a lake or something like that, then this will affect this differently. And it seems it's really taken on a new aspect that a lot of trading card games haven't really
This
touched
sounds
upon.
more like D&D on the go.
Yeah,
What you're explaining.
that's a good sort of correlation there. I never really sort of made that correlation. I've never made that correlation myself, but I do see it's a lot closer to that sort of than the other trading card games as a whole, like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatsoever. There's nothing that you can do physically as a person or like where you're playing it that'll change how the actual gameplay takes on. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I personally don't even know how to play the game. I don't know how to play Pokemon either. But I do collect Pokemon, and I'm starting to collect Metazoo. Um, and I would just wanted to throw it out there because it is something that is new, and essentially the survival of Metazoo depends on how basically if people start recognizing it, people start hearing it, and people say, "Oh, hey, Metazoo," um, and then they see it in stores or something like that, then it can just it essentially keeps or it just grows the or continues the growth of the trading card game, and essentially I've said that a lot. If if it continues growing, then it can become a staple in the trading card world like many of these other trading card games. Yeah, see, I personally I'm someone who I don't think I'm ever even going to learn. I might learn how to play Metazoo eventually. I might learn how to play Pokemon, but I personally just like the collecting aspect. I'm solely a collector, and one motivation there is monetary, of course. You don't want to it's very exciting to have a hobby that has the potential to not lose your ass in how much money you spend on it. So if I can buy something and have it retain its value or even go up in value in 10 years from now, then that's really exciting to me. And the other thing, I just
Why
think these things look really cool. They look
why
weird, but I like them.
why cards though if it's like a money thing? You
Why
know, because like
card? Because it's
yeah,
physical.
like why trade? Yeah, but why not houses? You know,
A
always
house is
gonna do well with
expensive.
houses.
A booster box is not. I don't
Yeah,
know. I also don't have enough money to go and say, "Hey, I think this house is good value. I'm just going to pick it up."
that's
I can't
fair. That's
afford to
fair.
do that yet.
House was a bit of an extreme, but I feel like just with trading cards, as with like most investments, it's or not even investments, but just things you're expecting. I guess it would be an investment, things that you purchase expecting to retain their value, is such a gamble, especially in today's day and age.
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like it's more
100%.
risky than a stock.
You could
So,
argue that. I personally I don't necessarily agree that it is more risky than a stock. You could give a stock for like an example of a stock, but you there's no really way to compare apples to apple because they're really not apple to apple. They're apple to oranges, and trading cards or collectibles seem to they hold very well over time, and that's just been proven by history. And the thing about Metazoo is it is a new trading card game that may not survive. So Metazoo specifically is a huge gamble. I could all of the money that I have spent on Metazoo product, it could just turn it could be not it could be worth nothing. But I
wouldn't that piss you off?
no,
If you just
because
spent all this money into MetaZoo and then one day everyone was like, ah, we really
no,
don't
because
care.
I see the potential could go either way, and I would rather have taken the risk because in my eyes there's so much potential here that it's worth the risk, and I'm also not like betting my life on it, right? Like I'm not putting so much money into it that I can't afford to lose it. Like I can afford to lose the money that I'm spending on it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. Well, that's the same thing with all the stocks that I own, and all of the cryptocurrency that I may own in the future, because I definitely want to look into that more. And perhaps even NFTs, because not because I believe in not because I believe in them so wholeheartedly, but because I believe in diversification. And I think that if you diversify well enough, that it's just ideal. It's just ideal. You gotta have your eggs in every basket, you know?
So Out of like ranking things, where would you say like collectible card games rank of like value of importance to you? Like not even in like a financial aspect, but just like enjoyment.
Uh, I have a really hard. I don't really know. Um, in terms of enjoyment, how much do I enjoy them? Like
Yeah, I
how would I am I rating it like on a scale of 1 to 10
just in
or
a no, just like in a scale of compared to like other things that you enjoy doing. It's just like my reason for asking is just I've been like surprised lately with just how much people like get enjoyment out of things that wouldn't think twice about. Like I guess collectible cards I could see maybe if you had the history, not Metazoo necessarily, but like Pokemon, just because like I had the experience of playing the games when they came out and watching the TV show
right?
and stuff and growing up with it as Icarus, so that I could see. Um, but there's a lot of things that people just really enjoy that I don't get why.
I don't know. I think a big thing for Pokemon for me is that it is extremely nostalgic, and it's sort of something that I've realized that you can sort of, I don't know, you can appreciate it at any age, right? And
Yeah,
these I don't really, I don't know. It's
like
super nostalgic, and the fact that I can go out and you know what? I don't even know how to answer your question. I kind of
let's
lost.
say
I lost track there.
say someone came up to you and then they were like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you $1,000. Just have the $1,000, but you won't remember anything about Pokemon, like the game, the movies, all the cards that you have. You'll just forget about and not know anything about it. Would you take the money?"
I don't think so. Um,
No.
no, like $1,000.
Yeah.
No, I feel like
It's not a lot,
it's a
but
big
it's
part of
a
my life that I have like because I have only been back to collecting Pokemon for about like I would say probably about 7 or 8 months now. Um, so I haven't been collecting Pokemon for a long time. But then when I was a kid and I was collecting Pokemon and playing the games, and like it was more than just like it went beyond playing the video game because like when I was hanging out with my friends and playing with the cards, like making up our own rules and that sort of thing, and then beyond that, just playing like my friend and I, we would have this game called Pokemon Takedown, where there's no Pokemon cards or video game related. We're just on his like living room carpet with all of the couch cushions spread across the floor, and we're just basically wrestling, and whoever pushes the other one off of a mat loses. And we were just like but we were just like, every time we'd start we'd be like, oh, I'm Infernape level X, so it's just let's go. And I don't know,
what
it's
what what is this game? What sounds like wrestling with
sorry you
abilities? What?
sorry you cut out what.
What is this game? This just sounds like wrestling with abilities.
No, that's all it is. It was just wrestling, but we made it Pokemon because we were kids and we liked Pokemon.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah, it was
Well,
just
yeah,
like the floor is lava and we're wrestling to push the other one onto the lava. But we're just pretending that we are Pokemon.
my main reason for asking was because I just, yeah, like I was saying, I just found out like a lot of people care about things that I just wouldn't think twice about. And one of them was the moon. Like I know it's there, it's cool, but I've never really enjoyed the moon for maybe more than 3 seconds at a time. So I think if someone just was like, "Hey, $1,000, but you could never see the moon again," I'd take the $1,000. I wouldn't be upset.
To never see the moon again.
Yeah, I feel like I don't need to see the moon. It's not something I need to know the enjoyment of looking at.
Yeah, I don't know if I would take that because there
What
have
has the
been
moon ever done for you?
it hasn't done much for me. What have I done for it? Sort of a
It could have given you $1,000.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But It depends on what I did with that $1,000. Like, I guess a
You can
thousand
do whatever you want
dollars.
with it. It's your
Yeah,
money.
that's true. I could also, yeah, I don't know. What would you do, Jake?
I like the moon. I think it's pretty.
Well,
Really?
I wouldn't take
You
the
know what
money.
else? You know what else looks pretty? $1,000.
Yeah, but nah,
You know how many moons you can get for $1,000?
none. You couldn't get
not that.
any.
Well, not like the actual moon, but you could get like a painting of the moon. You can get like a little moon toy from Walmart that lights up. You can get
Yeah,
That's
but
you
then
can
not.
replace the moon.
you're just like staring at a false god. There's just like you can't even look at the real thing. You're just
I
looking
mean, if
at
you
a representation,
you
someone
but I'm
else's
saying if you want to
portrayal.
see the moon that badly, I just don't feel the need to see the moon that badly.
Kind of.
So
That's fair.
what would you be willing to give up for $1,000? There's a lot that I'd give up. I feel like there's a lot that I just don't ever need to experience again.
Ketchup. I hate ketchup.
Ketchup?
I hate ketchup.
You give up ketchup?
I give
Ketchup?
up ketchup for like $10. Oh, I hate ketchup.
Why? Do you like tomatoes?
They're better than ketchup.
That
I'd get
is
rid of
weird.
olives for free.
The olives,
I'd get rid of olives too. If I'd never had to smell an olive again, it would be too soon.
Brussels sprouts.
Don't understand. Brussels sprouts can be right. Could be right. Could be good.
I don't
You
want
get
them to be right. I
some.
want them to be gone.
Get some bacon there. Brussels sprouts made the. I will have my mom make you Brussels sprouts that you would not believe.
I won't like
Brussels
them.
sprouts are good.
I
As
don't know
long as
why people don't like broccoli. Broccoli's
Broccoli's
good.
alright.
It doesn't
I
taste bad. It tastes pretty
I think
bland. There's like no
I think
flavor
it's a
there.
I don't think I think people just be tasting things different ways because everyone says the same thing about celery, but I
I
can't
love celery.
stand the taste of celery. I can pick celery out of a like anything.
I hate the
Anything you can.
texture of celery, and it does have a kind of it has kind of like slight like natural artificial flavor to it.
It's just such a
It feels
it's like
weird.
biting tree bark. Just can't stand it.
Yeah, well, I don't really know what you mean by that, but I do dislike the texture for sure.
It's just it's like me when I bite into celery, it feels the same way as when I like rip bark off of a tree. And I imagine it would be the same if I were to bite into bark. I've actually never done it, but it's just it like I don't know, it makes my balls itch. I don't like it.
What? I
Wow.
mean, well, it looks like we're at 50 minutes, so we might have to wrap up this episode pretty soon here.
Yeah, we can call it quits there, I guess. It was an episode. And talked about some stuff.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed
I am curious to know what happens with this game. What's it called? What's Zoo?
Metazoo.
Metazoo. Metazoo. It's just I
Oh,
I
it
feel
looks
like the only
goofy.
reason
I
I
really
feel like
like
the
the art
only
though.
reason that it has caught on is because it's so Pokemon-esque and Pokemon's hot right now. I
Well, you
I
it's interesting you say that because the only green thing in the trading card game market quarter 4 of 2021, yeah. That was last year. Was Metazoo. Pokemon was down. Pokemon was doing really bad in the final quarter of last year, and Metazoo was just sailing, going green,
but
green,
I
green.
think it's just because it's new right now and everyone's looking for the next big thing. I just don't see longevity of it.
That's fair.
Mind you, yeah, I guess every company starts that way in the beginning though, but I
Well,
just
yeah,
feel like
the longevity is there as long as people buy the product and play the game. I
right, I just don't know what they're gonna do that's new. You know what I mean? Because when Pokemon first started out, like with the cards they made a show. You know, they got the video games and stuff. I feel like if MetaZoo tries doing anything in that realm, they're just gonna be looked at as Pokemon knockoffs and just totally copying them, and then everyone's just gonna turn away from it.
I
You
don't
know,
know. It
and then
doesn't
like
seem like that's been the reaction so far. Because people,
so far,
because it looks,
when
if
did
you look at
MetaZoo
the
launch?
art, it's quite. If you look at the cards, they're very different from Pokemon, and really meant like any other trading card game that you look at. The art style is almost it's almost comic like, but also like uh, it's hard to explain. It's like I can't explain the art style,
Okay,
but
Metazoo is so new, July 30th. That's it. I
yeah,
say.
that was first edition.
Oh, didn't know they were in a second edition.
Yeah, actually,
Video games the
they've
only thing to have a beta?
no,
All right, that's totally off topic.
no.
But like, would Metazoo have had a beta?
That's what the Kickstarter kind of was,
Oh.
essentially.
Anyway, we're about at time, so we should probably call it. Very Megazoo heavy podcast this week.
Yeah, Metazoo and porn. It'll be attracting quite a unique audience.
What a combination. No, but why do? Oh, I was gonna say, why do one when you can do them both? But maybe no need. Anyway,
Right.
it was fun.
Thanks for
Uh,
listening to the arguably I almost said
Not
the other
debatable.
thing.
Not debatable.
Like if
Don't
you
search
subscribe,
debatable.
comment if
If you
you
search debatable,
like
you
the
won't
video,
hear us.
and
Hit
thanks for
that bell.
listening. We'll be back next week.
Merch
Bye.
on the way. Stay tuned.
What?